Hello and welcome to Opposite Field Outlook episode 18. I am your host, Neal, the one and only. Today, everyone's busy between college and pre-college life. Um, Things have piled up. So it's a solo today. We're going to figure it out. We're going to test it out. We're going to see how it goes. Um, Doing this late. I have free time. So let's get right into it. A little bit about how I've been doing. Was out of town. Did go to a Cubs game and a White Sox game. So I've seen some baseball. I've been watching a lot of baseball, especially Dodgers on their hot streak. It's been insane if you're at least watching the Dodgers, even if you're not a Dodgers fan. Gotta say, this is the time to start watching. Um, but about the trip, Wrigley Field is amazing. Um, Giving some love out to all those Chicagoans out there. Uh, River is nasty but beautiful. What a beautiful city. Hot dog was on point. Same with pizza, and gotta say I loved it. A lot of flights, a lot of layovers, but nonetheless I am back and still have 2 weeks before college, so there is time for some content to be made. Um, Not gonna make any recaps. Not a lot of time for it. I will go over the standings though, just to kind of get a feel as a comparison between what happened last week and what's happening this week. Be it the episode was posted really recent. That was last week's. If you want to go take a look at that, episode 17, and compare that to where the standings are now, you'll see a shift. I mean, eight game winning streak for the Dodgers has dramatically changed a lot of the standings. And yeah, I gotta say, I mean, 4 game losing streak for the A's has not changed a thing. So you wouldn't see much there. But yeah, let's kind of get into it. Teams have just been kind of up and down, and Dodgers are one of those ups. So I'm going to start with the AL, as we always do, which I've never done. So enjoy this. The Baltimore Orioles are 74 and 45. Currently, right now, are the overall second best team, and they will be right behind the Braves. They have a 622 winning percentage. Um, I mean, what a team for the fans. I mean, what a turnaround. Almost made the playoffs last year, so this isn't out of the blue. Um, but to be, a World Series contender at this point, very good for them. Quite a turnaround. Toronto Blue Jays, 72 and 49, had a bit of a fall from grace. The run differential is still very high. This team is very strong. I would definitely keep my eye out for them. They are probably the strongest wild card in a while. Dodgers being 106 games, I believe, 2 years ago. Being a wild card was a pretty strong wild card, but Tampa Bay Rays, 147 run differential. That's a strong team. Give them some credit. The Toronto Blue Jays have definitely had a bit of a surgence since the beginning of the year. People thought they were more of a sneaky wild card. They're kind of proving themselves to be a little more dominant. 66 and 54, definitely holding that high winning percentage of 550 pretty well. 8.5 games back, so division is still kind of far away. I don't know if that's still a possibility for them. Most likely, without out of their grasp right now. 6 for the last 10. Red Sox 62 and 56, just a notch below. 11.5 games back, fighting for a wild card spot. We'll talk about wild cards in a little bit. New York Yankees are 60 and 59, 1 game above 500. The Twins are finally better than that record. Before, it used to be that the entire AL East was better than the AL Central. That had lasted for at least a month, maybe two. And now the the assumption can not be assumed anymore, as the Twins are playing some pretty sound baseball. The Yankees are not. They have been broken. They have been walked off. I believe it was the Royals walked them off in a 5-run deficit. They are struggling, to say the least. I've played their fantasy pitchers, and we got relievers making starts. I think they're kind of desperate for something that isn't Luis Severino. 3 for their last 10, 3-game losing streak. It's not looking good. The Minnesota Twins are 62 and 58. They are just solidifying their spot in the Central because you either win the division to make the playoffs or you don't make the playoffs. I mean, the second team place is the Cleveland Guardians, 57 and 62. That is not going to cut it. So you win the division to make the playoffs, just barely in the wild card game, or you have to make the wild card. And none of those teams are going to make the wild card. So this is a race for the playoffs in this division. The Twins are doing great. They have a positive run differential, 6 for their last 10. They're playing consistent baseball. They're up there with the Red Sox, I'd say, in performance. So out of wins, only 2 more losses. So I definitely think that this is a playoff team. Potentially, they need to play sound baseball the whole year. So we got to see if that's possible because they are teetering on the edge, and it would be very easy to slip on the wrong side. As I said, the Guardians 57 and 62. They're 4.5 games back, so totally doable, but a little bit of a stretch. 0 run differential. They've scored as many as they have given up this year. Crazy. The Tigers are 52 and 65. They are playing a little better than they were at the beginning of the year. Still sad to see. Negative 90, negative 100 run differential. Iffy team. But that's just how the Central goes. Chicago White Sox are 47 and 72. They have gone down the drain farther than we've ever seen them before in recent times. They have a negative 95 run differential, 7-game losing streak. Saw them play the Yankees. It was not the best of baseball. And the Royals are playing 39 and 81 baseball, 325 run differential, 23 games back. There's no way they make that division, so we can roll them out. It's just a Twins Guardians fist battle, and we'll see who comes out on top. The West, an exciting division right now, unless you're the bottom 2 teams. The Rangers are 71 and 48. 8 for their last 10. They're playing sound baseball. There is a reason they're up there. I think at least top 4 records in MLB right now. The Astros are 68 and 52. They're playing great. Again, one of the stronger wild cards. I mean, Tampa Bay Rays are even better than the first place Rangers in terms of record. So these Astros, I mean, they might not be Tampa Bay wild card, but they are strong. They are 3.5 games back, 82 run differential. They have Verlander. This is a playoff team. The Mariners are 62 and 55. They're basically battling with the Blue Jays for that wild card, that last 3rd spot. Because we already know that Tampa Bay and Houston are going to make it. That 3rd spot, there's a lot of teams competing for it. And there's only 2 that are realistically competing for it right now. It's the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Other teams kind of taking a shot in the dark. We'll see if that happens. The Angels are 39 and 61. They are below 500. And we are just praying that they don't finish below 500 again. Because I think before it was, let's just try and make the playoffs to impress Ohtani, show that we're trying to pursue a World Series in the future. Now I don't think that's even possible. I think the only thing you could do to impress him is let's at least be above 500 for the first time since he's been here, just to kind of show that we want to win more than we lose. 12.5 games back. We'll talk about their wild card spot, but they are 3 for the last 10. The deadline did not treat them well afterwards. There's got to be some voodoo magic there. The A's are 33 and 86, 38 games back. That's the furthest out of any last place team. They're atrocious. You go home, they lose. You go away, they lose. Negative 286 run differential. They've given up 711 runs. That's just insane. I mean, the Braves have almost scored that much, and they've hit the most home runs this year. So, I mean, teams just are crazy against the A's, and yeah, they're in some serious swamp water. Let's go to my league, the NL. The Braves are 72 and 42, the best in baseball, best record. They have a 201 run differential, and they've been playing some sound baseball. They won recently, scoring, I think, 27 against the Mets in one single day. Doubleheader was the reason for that one. That's insane. Everyone's been saying it. It's the Braves and the Dodgers heading on a crash course to the NLCS. and I'm so hyped. Although every time I've had that thought about some hype championship, I jinx it, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up. But that would be insane. We've already seen that happen twice. I think the NL's no, one of them was the NLDS, I believe, where the Braves and the Dodgers met up in 2021, and 2020 was the epic 4 wins in a row for the Dodgers. Um, so we've seen some crazy battles. Um, but yeah, uh, it's exciting. The Phillies are 65 and 40 or 54. They've been fueled by Trey Turner and Michael Lorenzen, who we'll go more on that later. But they are playing insane baseball. 33 run differential. Miami Marlins are 63 and 57, chugging right behind them. 14 games back of the division, negative run differential. Interesting. The Mets are 54 and 65. They are selling. Um, Sad. I'm sorry, Mets fans. Nationals are 53 and 66. Not bad. Not a bad division. Um, Decently competitive. Some below 500. But it is what it is. Braves are running away with that, is the lesson to be learned. The Milwaukee Brewers are 65 and 54. Positive run differential. Looking good for them. Only six. Only six run differential. Interesting. The Cubs have been playing amazing baseball. 61 and 57, 3.5 games back. Positive run differential, 6 for the last 10. They're looking great ever since I saw them. Cubs are chugging along, and they're fighting for a wild card spot and potentially the division. The Reds are 62 and 58, been scuffling a bit. Also 3.5 games back, tied for second. Um, Not doing that great. 3 for their last 10, negative run differential. It's rough out there. Pittsburgh Pirates are 53 and 66, same as the Cardinals. Never would have thought that by this point in the year, if you asked me, at the beginning of the year, would the Pirates and Cardinals have the same record? I would have not agreed with you, and even if I did, it would be that the Pirates and Cardinals were at least both above 500. Not this. Um, it's bad. It's bad in St. Louis. The West. The Dodgers are 71 and 46, 607 run or win percentage. Very high run differential. 8 game winning streak, 9 for the last 10. They're the team to beat right now. They're on fire. The San Francisco Giants are 63 and 56, playing moderate baseball, as I like to say. 9 games back. They're a decent team. 3 for the last 10. Not so hot right now. Diamondbacks. They cannot catch a break. They're 59 and 60. Feels like every day I look, they're going closer to below 500. Until today, they are below 500. 13 games back. They used to own this division. This was theirs for a while. How the turntables. 2 for the last 10. Padres in the same boat. 2 for the last 10. 56 and 63. What a weird year. The Rockies are 46 and 73. They cannot play 500 ball for some reason. I mean, it's kind of weird. Ownership thought they could. 3 for the last 10. And let's just get into the wild card real quick. So we start off in the American League. We got Tampa Bay, Houston, and Toronto. Currently, the Mariners are 2 games out, and the Red Sox are 3 games out. Both could very well make it if Toronto plays poor to end the year, and those both teams play very well. Same with the Yankees. It's more of a stretch. And then with the Angels, nada. And then Guardians right after them. They're going to need to win the division if they're going to make the playoffs. It's not going to be through the wild card. And then the rest of the teams have no shot. I know. We have the Phillies, the Giants, and the Marlins right now. This is way more competitive. We have the Cubs and the Reds knocking on the door for that third place wild card to take it from the Marlins. Very well could happen. Marlins are playing good baseball right now. They have a negative run differential. They're getting a little lucky. They're not the best, most sound of ball clubs. If that offense can keep playing up, they'll be good. But these other teams can be hot, especially the Cubs. And they might lose that spot. We have the D-backs right behind them. If they can catch fire, that's their spot. And then after that, it's kind of long shots. The Padres, that'd be a long shot. The Mets, that'd be even more of a long shot. And after that, those teams aren't making it. But yeah, that kind of sums up where teams are looking right now. Let's talk a little controversy. So recently in an article, we have breaking news: Wander Franco um, removed from the lineup. Uh, we have Cash being asked about this. He says it's just a regular routine day off. Reviews or articles come out later saying that potentially could be Wander Franco could be potentially having a relationship with a minor. It's very ironic that Wander Franco hats are being given out to 14 and under minors that day. Um, I don't think that was planned, but that's got to be some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen in baseball. Um, that's kind of all there is to say, though. He's been put on the restrictive list, and on that list, an investigation is going on between MLB and with cooperation of the Tampa Bay Rays. So, yeah, I mean, it's been kind of insane, to say the least. And yeah, I think right now it's just a hope of can his career still be feasible? Like, can it still continue? That's kind of the question in the air right now. Like, is he still going to be in baseball? Especially after signing a massive contract to start his career. I mean, he only played for a year, I believe, in the big leagues before he signed a long-term contract. We'll see. Um, but that's some crazy news. Um, Less baseball related, more food for thought. Uh, but that's insane. Um, yeah, that's that's something to talk about. Most definitely. Um, we have crazy games like the Phillies going out and Michael Lorenzen shoving um, former reliever, former primary hitter. Um, yeah, he's been told what he can and cannot do before, and today he puts on the Vans cleats and he went for the no hitter, 125 pitch no hitter, I believe. Um, yeah, I tuned in for that last inning. It was insane. Just coming in, putting quality pitches, settled down in the second half from walks. His command got under control, and yeah, manager just left him in there, wrote him out to the end, and history was made. Insane family there, gotta love it. And for Trey Turner, it's been insane. Ever since he's gotten a standing ovation from fans just to show support that they still believe in him. He's been going off. It's um, it's been quite insane to see Trey Turner because he's been slumping. He's not having a great start to his Phillies career. This year he's been hitting 252, which is all right to say the least. Um, it's acceptable, but not for that kind of contract. With an OPS of 701, I mean that's barely over 700, and I bet his OPS plus is probably league average. You know, so his slug is 398. His on base percentage is 303. Like he's not getting on base enough, not in the slightest. Um, and when you're paying for something like that, it would make sense to me that you would expect a lot more. Um, both years he's played for the Dodgers, he's been pretty good, and that last year definitely a power drop off. But we've seen him in the baseball classic; he has it in him, and things just haven't been quite the same, I guess you could say. Um, but past 7 games, it's been insane. This man's going crazy. I think he's gotten a little morale boost or something. But I mean, last 7 days, um, he's had like 13 hits, just alone, 4 doubles, 5 RBIs, 4 strikeouts, but 2 walks. He's definitely producing. Um, so yeah, I think the fans kind of fired him up. I think he's got something going for him, and yeah, I think there's definitely something brewing in Trey Turner, if that makes sense. I think he's trying to turn it around, and I think a lot of the shortstops are, especially with how bad a lot of the shortstops that were signed this year have been. Between him, Carlos Correa, I mean, it's just been not god awful, but it's got to be better than what it is because that's what they were paid to do. Um, like they were paid to do more. Those were big contracts. Xander Bogarts, he's been kind of mid. Yeah, there's just been a kind of nothing great going on. Yeah, someone's got to step it up, but Philly needs that, and that's been great for them. Um, yeah, Philly definitely deserves uh, all they're getting from Trey Turner right now, and he definitely deserves all the love and support because that man is precious. He's a gem, and he's a ball player. So let's keep Trey in our hearts. Um, I'll look into anything else right now, but I'm not quite sure if there's anything else that's been happening other than what I've spilled. Just increases in attendance. Baseball's doing really good right now as a whole. That's something to talk about real quick. 9.5% attendance increase, I believe. You can always check out John Hammond. He's got it tweeted for you. So just read up on that. But baseball's in good hands um, as long as things aren't touched by the people in charge, which is funny because, of course, they're going to change the game. But all we can do is just hope Rob Manfred and everyone does not edit the game anymore because anytime they do, it becomes dog water. Um, but yeah, if you look at MLB News, all you see is Wander Franco, so it's hard to find out anything other than Wander Franco because it's a big scandal. Um, it's absolutely insane right now. What's been going on? Dodgers are big news. Um, Injury updates. Yeah, just kind of small stuff. I think things will start accelerating once we get closer to the end of the year in fantasy. Um, First, we got about 4 more regular weeks, then 3 more weeks of playoffs. So that would make around 7 more weeks of MLB baseball. We got about close to 2 months ish of baseball. So hold on to your hats and yeah, get excited, man. Things are heating up. Things are getting accelerated, and yeah, I don't have any Relvis rankings, but if I were a Relvis ranking right now, personally, I'd give it to Matt Olson. He's been raking, um, hitting a lot of bombs, but I'm a biased Dodger fan, so the Neal ranking is going to be not Freddie Freeman. Mookie Betts has been insane, doing really good, coming in clutch when you need him. Freddie Freeman had a good last week. I don't believe we did rankings there, but that man is a gem. Surprisingly underpaid. Who would have thought? I mean, and for the AL, I don't watch the AL, so whatever you guys decide, that's the AL pick. And pitching, I don't care. Just whoever did good. Michael Lorenzen threw a no hitter. There's the NL. And the AL, whoever pitched good. Probably Shohei, because that man's a beast. Um, that'll do that. And then there's no real trivia that I can do um, because I can't quiz myself. So that'll probably bring an end to this shortened episode. Thank you all for tuning in. Just kind of a brief thing to update y'all without actually getting too in depth. Bring up some crazy news about Wander Franco. And yeah, kind of small information. So hope y'all enjoyed. Um, Thanks for tuning in. And we will see you in a week for episode 19, hopefully with someone joining me. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Take care.